Now I've gone all the way up to the Abraham. Sarah, and then them bearing Isaac, right? I didn't go up to the sacrifice story. And this is because I'm staying ahead of e-text. Once we get to e-text, things start to get very, very complicated. Because not only do you have redactor, which I've been leaving out, you have JPE and redactor. Now, of the text of P, what is the Sodom and Gomorrah story? And oh yeah, by the way, God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. That's all it is. It'll be the only part that I read in here, and then I won't go back and read anything. Because you guys probably don't. It's probably, I mean, you guys are brave to tolerate that. Oh, God. Thus it came about when God destroyed the cities of the valley, God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities which Lot lived. That's it. That's all. The writer of J-Text, scholars believe, is a woman. People say, do all scholars believe that? Not all scholars accept documentary hypothesis. You think evangelical scholars accept documentary hypothesis? No. They're still scholars, but they're evangelicals. And they're biased. Atheist scholars? Atheists don't read the Bible, really. I mean, are they going to go and study the Bible? You know. But there are people who are atheists. I shouldn't say that. Usually they wind up becoming atheists. There's Christians and Jews. But whatever. It's... the main source that I go from is Richard Elliott Friedman. Yes, Wellhausen. It's called Wellhausen theory as well as documentary hypothesis. But, because it's Julius Wellhausen. But Richard Elliott Friedman is really the one that perfected it. From his book, Who Wrote the Bible, I highlighted the texts. And I've read them to you. Maybe not yet because I haven't uploaded everything, but I have read them there in the videos. Now, what do we see of the God of P? He's a cosmic God. He makes covenants though, and right from the beginning, he created man and woman equal, both in his image. He said, "Be fruitful and multiply and subdue the earth. I've given you power over the earth, over animal and plant." Now. He winds up destroying the earth, life of the earth, with the floodgates of the heaven, the fountains of the deep, and you can actually see even without that, just the writing style very differently. And P-text is concerned with details, how big the ark is, and what's the measurements and everything, and the layout and the plan, the third, fourth, fifth deck, your first, second, third decks. He tells you the exact, the day, the year, the day, the month, the year, the month, the day of almost every event. It's kind of annoying. And man is generally good. I mean, God didn't, it's just when man became corrupt, he killed them all off, but man's still good because Noah was good. And this God is big on covenants, and it's God. It's not Yahweh. It's God. And it's not, this God is not anthropomorphic. It's God of the sky. Or not the God of the sky, but maybe the eternal sky. It's not like the sky God or the Mount Olympus God, like J-Text is. It's the God of the universe. I should say the cosmic God. I say sky God, and it's not. Because I've said sky God like 1,000 times in the past, meaning something negative. Now well, I'll tell you my opinions on this later, but I'll just tell you because I kind of don't like P, but I think the story this interpretation also matches with E, which I think we can use P as E up until E and then take E from there and drop P. But I'll tell you that in a different video. So the cosmic God sees the earth and creates the heavens and the earth, and is big on making covenants. But the P writer says that basically there's no sacrifices until Moses, and there's no laws between clean and unclean until Moses. The only thing is, don't kill people, be fruitful and multiply. Don't kill people, and it references the Sabbath and the seventh day, but doesn't elaborate on it. What is J writer? And priestly writer is said to have been a priest of Aaron in Judah, and J writer is a woman in Judah, and it said that it's believed that she wrote this down first. The woman wrote J's text is the first thing, and then P text was almost immediately after that. Why? To counter it. The priest looked at what the uneducated woman wrote and goes, "Oh my God, no, other way. This is totally wrong. How are they saying Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh when the name isn't revealed until Moses? How in the world are they keeping kosher when the law hasn't been given?" It's ludicrous. So he writes his own account, and the creation account kind of doesn't make sense, because it's with J text, it's the creation of the earth and the heavens, because the heavens don't matter, but the earth it goes into detail about, where it's the other way around in P text. So J text we see is very anthropomorphic. He walks in the cool of the day. He smells things as natural. He even alludes to having flesh when he says, "Man also is flesh." Wait a minute. Also, the spirit with the priestly writer with P text, man has a spirit, but it's more like his soul, something inside, like we'd think of it today almost. With J text, it's your actual breath, the spirit of life. That's why God creates him, blows in his nose. God is a tailor. He crafts garments for Adam and Eve. He didn't know right away when they sinned. He had to walk through the garden and find them. Why are you covering? The idea that even Adam and Eve's demeanor towards God, they cover their nakedness so God won't see them. That's weird. And Noah is somehow taking kosher animals to slaughter on the ark when, what's clean and unclean? How does he know? God hasn't revealed the law at Sinai yet. And also, there's sacrifices. With P-text, there's no sacrifices outside of the priestly class. Nobody else sacrifices. God may make covenants with you, but it's in the sign of a rainbow and circumcision and promises. That's it. With the J God, the Yahist God, Yahweh, Yahweh is pretty petty. He punishes generations. He curses. He takes away immortality from mankind because of what one person did. He curses all of Canaan because of what Ham did. He sees with, and I think it's his sons, because remember he says in Noah's flood story, the sons of God, or she says, J writer, she says, the sons of God took wives. And I actually think I think it's like a God sitting up on a mountain who, looks like us. Basically, the super us, a Superman, who has sons. Because in the Tower of Babel, he's scared of humans. Humans are getting too close to him. This God actually is a sky god. He's kind of standing on top of the firmament, the thing that it has all the holes punched in it, where, that's the floor of heaven. But so he looks down from there and goes, "Oh wow, they're building a tower. They're going to get up here, and with anything's possible." So they're actually doing stuff. So he scatters them among the earth and languages. Priestly writer, how does man get languages? Naturally, he'd get his languages. But it's a curse with the J text. With Abram and Sarah. Abraham, his father makes the decision, let's go out there. With J text, it's God commands him. God tells him to. With Hagar, Sarah gives Hagar to, not really gives, but presents Hagar to Abram. Because she couldn't bear children. So, oh no, it was her maid. It was her maid, which might have been slave. Sorry, I'm going to read. After Abram lived 10 years in the land of Canaan, Abram's wife Sarai took Hagar, the Egyptian, her maid, and gave her to her husband as a wife. That was it. That's all he says about it. And Isaac's born, and then Abram laughs at God and says, no, you don't need to give me a son, just bless Ishmael. So he blesses Ishmael, and that's it. But he enacts the law of circumcision. What is J Rider? The J Rider has Abram saying, no, I'm not going to take Sarai's servant. Sarai makes her, or Sarah, I'll just call her. Sarah makes him take Hagar. So Abraham takes Hagar after Sarah forces her on him. Then she sees that, oh, she's beautiful, and she bore a son, and I don't have a son, and I suck, and blah, 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 bitching. So then Hagar runs away. What does the Lord do? When the Lord finds her, she prays to the Lord for mercy, saying, you know, she's beating me, she's horrible to me, she's terrible to me, I'm afraid for myself and my child. What does Yahweh do? No, go back to Sarah. Because the J Rider hates the Canaanites. The Canaanites are cursed from the beginning. They could not be good if they possibly could. And sets up to slaughter the Canaanites, basically. They all suck. All the people of Canaan, the Jebusite, the Hivite, the Sinite, they're all sons of Canaan. They're all terrible. So Lord says, no, even if Sarah's mean to you, you have to go deal with her. And then Sarah kicks her out, and then Yahweh comes about, and then kind of, all right, yeah, I'll make your son a great nation. And then with the Sodom and Gomorrah story, we haven't gone over yet, but this is what happens. Actually, yeah, I'll go into the Sodom and Gomorrah story next. Well, no, this is an overview, but I haven't read Sodom and Gomorrah, but maybe I'll do a part 2 of this.